Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hi, thanks for coming by, checking out my channel. My channel, it's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, and a lot about yarn and my journey in this fantastic yarny community. Returning subscribers, thanks for coming back and checking out my Friday take number 2. I did this whole video, front to end. Went to check it, no sound. Unreal. I don't know what happened. It somehow got switched over to Bluetooth. I don't use an external microphone, but somehow it was trying to connect to an external microphone. I don't know. Technology sometimes is over my head. Anyway, we're going to try this one more time. So, hi everybody. Today I have a finished object for you and a whip and a little bit of conversation. My finished object is the blarf that I've been working on. Now, for those of you who don't know, who have not been around before, a blarf is a hybrid blanket and scarf. It's long like a blanket, wider than a scarf, but still you can use it as a scarf. This is mine. I did not measure this, but I will when I get done, and I'll put the measurements in here. It is super long. And I want to say it's about 20 inches wide, maybe. But it is for me, I absolutely love this. It is so versatile. If you're going to the movies and you know it's going to be freezing in the movie theater, you have something to either wrap up your top with that still covers you pretty far down. You could fold this in half, lay it on your lap to cover your legs. You can take this when you go out to dinner and you're going to be outside and it's chilly. You can take this to a football game, a soccer game, baseball game, any activity that's outside that you just need that added little extra layer because of the versatility of it. You can make this in school colors. You could make this in a salad color. The possibilities are endless. I personally made this with Kubu, which I know you all hate, but I love it. It's a lightweight number 3 cotton bamboo blend, 51 cotton, 49 rayon from bamboo. There are 232 yards, 212 meters, 100 grams. This is called steel blue. I used 3 full and 1 this much of the 4th one for this. The variegated is the Barocca Isola that I got at the local yarn shop when I was shopping for LIS Day. And these 2 colors together just make a beautiful fabric. And I used 1 full one of these and a little bit of the next one. That was just because of the fringe. You can make smaller fringe. You can leave the fringe off. I think the fringe just adds a little bit of something to it. And no, my fringe it's not straight across. Fringe to me should not be symmetrical. I know some you OCD people are probably freaking out because it's not. I think it just adds that little extra element of, well, that one might be a little bit too long. I might trim that one off a little bit. But I just think it just gives that little unmachine made look. I'm not going to say homemade because sometimes the connotation of homemade doesn't sound great. I just think it makes it look less machine made. When everything is perfectly symmetrical and perfect across, no, life isn't perfect. Life isn't you know, completely symmetrical. People aren't even symmetrical. That's why I like my fringe to be a little bit on the floofy side. But anyway, I am working on see, now here's where I struggle. Am I writing written instructions or am I writing a pattern? I'm talking to a couple of people who know more than me about this subject. And I have some more phone calls to make to talk to some more people. I've looked online. I've watched some master classes on pattern writing. This is not going to be a professional pattern when I get this written out. What I'm doing is writing out to see if somebody can replicate this. So I'm going to put this out there. If you are interested in, once I get it written out, on testing this to see if you can replicate something like this, let me know. I'm not to that point yet, but I want to see if there's interest, if anybody wants to help me out to see if what I'm writing out actually makes sense to somebody who knows how to crochet. Because I would like to make this for somebody, the written instructions for somebody who is a beginner, because the stitches are very, very beginner friendly. I'm using double crochet, X stitch, and extended single crochet. That's it. See, when you fold it in half, it becomes a scarf. You can wear this, you know, if you're up in a cold section of the world, you can wear this as a scarf. It's just, it's a fun little accessory. I'll admit, the idea of a blarf, the idea of a blanket scarf isn't new. It isn't my idea, but the way I put my stitches together is my idea. That's why it's just, I don't know. I guess we're going to call it written instructions instead of a pattern for now. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure about the terminology. That's why I'm going to talk to somebody who knows more than I do about this. So this is the blarf that I made and I love it. But it is too warm today to have this on. It is really humid here today. I don't know if you can hear it. It is raining pretty hard out here. So that brings me to my whip in progress. I started late last night a sweater that I'm going to use to be a part of the Needles at the Ready. And if you don't know Kevin and Ray, you need to watch Kevin and Ray. They're wonderful. They're very knit forward, but they both do crochet a little bit. Kevin is doing a granny striped blanket and he's just learning how to do it. So it'll be fun to watch his progress. And they've both recently said that they're interested in Tunisian crochet. So anyway, the premise of their Let's Hear It for the Boys make along is that you use either a male designed pattern, yarn that has been dyed by a male, or a pattern that is specifically written for a male. There is a big part of the fiber community that is men. But they just seem to be underrepresented when it comes to patterns. And I don't know why. Even little boys. When I was looking for a pattern for my grandson, Carter, I wanted something that was specifically little boy. Something that I could say, I made this, and I could make one for my son, Andrew, and they could have daddy-son sweaters. And on Ravelry anyway, the majority of the child sweaters, they were just like, you do it in girl colors, do it in boy colors, it doesn't matter. Well, no, I wanted something that looks like a boy's sweater. So I found this. I'm gonna pop this picture in. Isn't he cute? The pattern is called Impish. And what did I do with my piece of paper? It's down here. The pattern is called Impish, and doesn't that just perfect for this little boy. The designer is Maybe Kate Designs. It is a paid-for pattern on Ravelry, and it is done in Tunisian crochet. I am this far along. The pattern is written, you use measurements instead of rows. So this section is going to be 9 inches. So I have a few more inches to go before we start shaping for the arms. The yarn I am using is Yarn Bees Must Be Merino in teal. It is 227 yards per hank, skein, whatever. 50 merino wool, 25 acrylic, 25 nylon of a number 3. Hand wash, do not dry. But I do that with all my handmade things. You always hand wash them gently. It says to use a 4mm crochet hook. With Tunisian, you always go up. Always, always, always. Because Tunisian is tighter than regular crochet, no matter what you do. I am using my Knitter's Pride bamboo Tunisian hook with a cord. I'm using a 5.5mm. And this stitch is where we're at. Isn't that a pretty stitch? Isn't that going to make a really nice sweater? I love this so much. This yarn is so squishy and bouncy, and it'll be durable for a little boy. And I really, really, really like how squishy it is. And Nancy got me a bunch of it when the Hobby Lobby clearance went out. I have a ton of this, and I am excited to make something else with this because it is so scrumptious. So anyway, that is what I'm working on. And this kind of has a deadline. Well, yeah, it does have a deadline for sure. I need to get this done by the middle of August. But the problem with Tunisian is that it's so repetitive over and over and over that sometimes you just have to put it down and move on to something else. So my move on to something else, when I'm not working on the written instructions for the blarf, is going to be for my daughter, my daughter-in-law, and my 2 oldest granddaughters. They want this. This is the Haven Lite cardigan by Cactus and Lace Designs. It is done in a number 3 weight yarn. I have all of that Chloe that I bought on clearance, and I have some more of this Must Be Merino that I got on clearance. I don't know if the latte cakes are 3 or 4. They may not work, but I've got a lot of 3-weight yarn that I can use for this. And so with that said, I am going to be very wearable forward for the next months, I think. That's not to say that I am not going to finish the 2 bogey blankets that I've got going, the Tunisian blanket that I've got going, and the Jacob's Ladder blanket that I have started. I am committed to finishing both of those for Bogey Creek, for Nancy at She's Got Yarn Too, by December. I'm also going to do like I did last year for Vlogmas and do a Granny Square one that will be done in the month, where I'll do, you know, the 30 squares and then sew it all together and have it done at the end of the month. So I'll have at least 3 bogey blankets done for sure. If I can fit one more in, I will. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. 3 is good for me anyway, when I've got so many wearables that I want to do. My husband, he has been asking me for a really long time to make him a poncho. And I bought the yarn. Remember when I was going crazy with all that Mona Lisa yarn from Mary Maxim? Hirschner's? I don't remember. But I bought more than enough to make him a poncho. I just need to get it done. I've got to adjust my priorities here. So I'm going to work on this pattern for the blarf. I'm going to work on my sweater for my grandson and the cardigans for the girls, and fit whatever else I can fit in there. Plus, still keep up with the cowl for Judy, still keep up with my knitting blanket, and try to figure out the multivalence. It's making me crazy, you guys. I picked it up the other day and I was like, nope, put it back. Somebody suggested going in the Ravelry group, and I'm thinking maybe this weekend, when I'm not doing 800 other things, I might jump on the Ravelry group and look and see what the help options are there. Because it's not difficult. I know it's not. I can do what they're saying. For some reason, something's not matching up, and I'm either reading the pattern wrong or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not going to stress about it anymore. It'll work out. I promise it will. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to let you go. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope that you get some quality crafting time in, right, Sam and Mike? I hope that you take some time to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to help you take care of the rest of the people in your life? But above all, remember, be kind to everyone. We'll have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.